All right, so good evening, everyone. We will get started with the session now. Thank you all for joining, and thank you all for your patience for waiting for a couple of minutes extra till many other people join. We have a very good number of people joining in now, so we can get started with the session. So, this is a curtain raiser event, which is a very short session for about 20 minutes. It's about 6:03 p.m., and we'll stop about 6:25 p.m. sharp, considering that you might have many other things to do in parallel. So, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to walk you through this program, which we have called it as API Literacy Program. And this is a curtain raiser event, which means that we will be giving you a brief overview of what this program is so that you can decide whether this program is going to be useful for you or not, if there are other friends for whom this will be beneficial, whether you want to participate in this going forward or not, and what is the schedule of the events that we have planned for this particular program. Before I proceed with talking in detail about this program for the next 18-19 minutes, first of all, let me acknowledge the support that we have received from IEEE Region 10 Educational Activities, whose logo you can see on the left, and IEEE Bangalore section, whose logo you can see on the right. So a big thanks to both the entities who have supported us in this particular program. This program is being organized by IEEE Mangalore subsection, which is a subsection in IEEE Bangalore section. And I'm talking to you. I'm Mohit. I'm chair of IEEE Mangalore subsection for this year, that is 2023. So without taking too much of time, I would just like to give a brief about IEEE Mangalore subsection. The reason being the fact that this program has received a good number of participation from all across Karnataka. So many of you might not be aware about what is IEEE Mangalore subsection. Quick 1 minute on this. So it has been 10 years of our existence. We were formed as a subsection in 2013. There are a total of 3 subsections in Bangalore section. The first one was Mangalore subsection, and then we have Mysore and North Karnataka. And we have participants from all 3 subsections plus the section. One good news, we are celebrating decennial celebrations on August 20th on Sunday at an ITK Sudakkal. If you can travel, it would be fantastic. It's an in-person event. If you need more details, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll send you the registration link. It's totally free and we are encouraging a lot of students and faculty members to join. Please check the website. We also have several flagship events that we conduct. So like we have an annual conference conducted by IEEE Bangalore section, which is called Connect. We also have a similar kind of flagship event, which is in its 7th edition now, which is called Discover, and it is happening in October 2023. If anybody would like to volunteer, again, please reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to share the details. And we have other 2 competitions which we have already completed in May and March. One is dedicated to UG and PG, and the other one is dedicated to PhD students. Going forward, we already have some unique initiatives that we have taken for our students. We have dedicated funding available for all IEEE student branches in our subsection. We also have a program which bridges a gap between industry and academia, which we call it as the Setu A program, wherein we take students on industry visits and try to get internships for them. And a sub part of that program is called a CV garage, which means we just fix the problems with the students' CV and see to it that they do not get rejected just because of issues with CV. And finally, there are some other sessions coming up in September and October on what is Google Summer of Code, what is Microsoft Reinforcement Learning Open Fest, and there are many other 37 plus programs that are like Google Summer of Code. So we create those awareness sessions. Quickly moving forward to talking mainly about this initiative. What was our initiative? What is the reason we were motivated to have this initiative? The main reason we saw is that there is a tremendous growth in the API industry, and it is estimated to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 30%. And the market size by 2025 of API industry would be 1,300 crores. That's quite a lot of money, and a lot of opportunities are going to be created for the future engineers. And what has been already observed from the statistics that we have obtained, 85% of the Indian developers today use API in their work. So no matter which company you join, there is a very high likelihood, whether it's a software company or whether it's a hardware company, it's a very high likelihood that you are going to be working on APIs. Either you will be consuming the APIs, you might be among the ones who is developing new APIs, you might be among the ones who is updating the existing APIs, you could also be among the one who is going to test the existing APIs. And if you see carefully, we are surrounded by a lot of APIs these days, right from using Ola, Uber, Swiggy, Zomato. All of these people have, for example, underlying API which is used is Google Maps API, and they have built applications on top of it. So if you look carefully in your phone, most of your apps that you use work every day based on APIs. And not just the APIs which are related to the web APIs, but for example, you are surrounded by API even if you want to open up your camera, because there's a camera app, and then you make an API call to the hardware camera which is there on your phone. And then again, when you open the phone, you might have a phone which has a rear camera as a front and a front camera to take selfies and the rear camera to take the photos on the other side. And just one tap on the software and then the camera flips, so you have moved from a rear camera to the front camera. So even those are some things which we call as API calls. And there's a fantastic initiative by Government of India, which is called API Setu. I will show you the website of that in today's session. So what Government of India has done is they have brought in a concept of open API, wherein a lot of APIs related to several different aspects. For example, APIs related to educational technology, edutech, or for example, you might see APIs related to medical technology, healthcare, or you might see APIs related to finance. So Government of India has made this entire website, and anybody is free to contribute to this particular initiative by Government of India. So we are going to align this program with what Government of India is actually looking for. And today, understanding how APIs can be designed, developed, built, tested, used is a very important skill. Like I mentioned, we use APIs in a wide range of applications, starting from camera app to cloud app. And more importantly, if you are among the ones who is always keen about working on some open source technologies, let me tell you that there are several dedicated initiatives that a lot of open source organizations have taken towards API literacy. They want more and more people to learn about APIs. For example, I can quote one here. Like, for instance, if you go back to the archives of Google Summer of Code, even for the year 2023, which is ongoing year, and the program is still running, or if you just go a couple of years back and check the archives, you will see there are dedicated open source organizations which are providing internships, and those internships are totally focused on APIs. But what do we want in this program is not for you to be doing all these complex things right immediately, but what we want you to do is you want you to learn what is API, know the fundamentals of it, slowly walk through with us, and see to it that you reach to a stage where you can participate in these kind of programs. So for example, this is the website that I was referring to. This is, if you just search it in Google, API Setu, and you will get this website available easily. You can see the link is also given, apisetu.gov.in, at the footer of this particular slide. So you can see there are so many different things that they have listed for finance, for healthcare, for insurance, for education. And you can sign in for free. You can consume the APIs that Government of India has made it available. For example, the CoWIN app, which was prepared during the COVID times. The APIs of those are also available if you would like to consume and build something useful out of it. So this is one snapshot that I have taken. This is another snapshot. Get access to thousands of APIs that people have built, and they have made it available. Even you can make some APIs and put it over there. Let me be frank enough to tell you that today, developing fantastic set of APIs that can be useful in multiple domains is itself a business of in itself. So basically, if you make APIs which turn out to be very popular, you can just charge people for making an API call to your API. That's it. And then you just make a lot of big businesses out of it. You can make revenues out of it. But you have to understand what problem you are solving by making that API and why that API is needed in today's world. So that's where this program will help you all. Going forward with the schedule of events, this is the most important slides. So we are on session 0, which is a curtain raiser, which is happening right now. The session 1, which will be introduction to APIs, where we'll be talking about different kinds of APIs. What is a web API? How is it different than a hardware API? How is it different than, for example, a cloud API? So we will have that session tomorrow. Once this session is done, I'll be sending you the link, and we'll be meeting at the same time from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And we'll try to see to it that, never we try to shoot more than the time allotted, because if about 70, 80 people are attending this session, wasting 2 minutes means we are literally wasting about hours together. So we will try to stick to it. So if you're going to be joining this program with us, see to it that we are on time and we start the session at 6 p.m. And once we complete this session, at the end of the session, I will give you hands-on tasks with a fantastic set of documentation where you will not need anybody to be around you to complete those tasks. However, if you need any help, we will give you a couple of email addresses to which you can reach out and we can assist you in completing the hands-on tasks. It will ideally take you about 3 to 4 hours, and you have a deadline to complete it by July 28th. So you will get about 5 days of time to complete 3 to 4 hours of work, ideally looking at an hour or so. But I have been getting reports from some people that it can even be completed in less than 2 hours. It depends on how you catch things, and it might take sometimes 5 to 6 hours, but that's okay. You can take time till July 28th. If you need a day or two extra, we don't really mind it. You can communicate with us and we'll extend the deadline for you. The second session will be on API architectural styles. So we'll be talking about REST APIs, we'll be talking about GraphQL, we'll be talking about Google RPC, and that session will be on July 29th. Again, we have chosen this time because by this time people are back from the college and they are usually available. And then once we cover that session, we will want you to revisit the hands-on tasks that you have done in the previous week. There will be not new hands-on tasks that will be assigned, but you will revisit those hands-on tasks with this API architectural styles in mind, and you will have to revisit before August 4th. So you can see that this week is going to be light. It wouldn't have too many things to be done. On August 5th, we will have the third session, which is a very interesting session. We wanted to actually do this particular program in physical mode, but then looking into the geographical diversity and the fact that we have people from all across Karnataka, we did not want logistical issues to arise and the program not to work because of those reasons. So we found out a way by which we can configure IoT devices, because a lot of IoT devices are used today for healthcare and for several different, like for example, monitoring the health of the infrastructure or many other use cases. And most of them, they need API access. If you want to know the sensor data, let's say you want to know the temperature from the sensor, you can make an API call to the sensor and it will give you, okay, this is the temperature right now in this part of the industry, okay, or in this part of the factory right now. So what we have done is we have identified there is a lab which is built by France, and they have made 1,500 IoT devices remotely accessible for anybody in this world to use for free. Now, this also can be useful for doing PhD. This can be also useful for building APIs. This can be also useful for trying some new algorithms. So we will introduce to you this particular laboratory on August 5th, and we will walk you through as to how you can create a free account in it. There is no payment at all whatsoever. There's not even a concept of a premium account or something. It's all totally free. You can join, look at this, and we will tell you how you can walk through. There's a very beautiful tutorial that this team has provided, the team in France which has made this lab. And you will again not need any one of us to be around you, but we will make ourselves all the time available if you need any help. So August 5th, we complete the training session. So now no more trainings will be done after August 5th. After that, we will move into the project competition mode. So once you have done 3 training sessions with us, we will be giving you time till August 10th to do the project planning. When I say project planning, you need to form the team. You need to choose a mentor, which should be ideally a faculty member from your institute, or it can be an industry person. If you are unable to find a mentor, please reach out to us and it will be our responsibility to allocate a mentor to you. But we should have one mentor for sure. Without the mentor, we will not be able to proceed. I'll talk more about the team formation in the next slide, but there's a hint over there on that slide. You don't need to wait for the training sessions to complete on August 5th and then to decide whom you want to work together with. You can start forming the team right now if you are interested in this whole exercise that I'm telling you. If you are participating in API literacy program, you can start talking to your friends and start forming the team. Please remember, this event is exclusive for IEEE student members. Now, we will give you time till August 10th. You will submit the name of your project. You will submit just one page. We don't want paragraph. We just want details. This is our mentor. these are the members in the team. This is what we are trying to build, and we are going to use these APIs. I will be giving you one very good PDF when we reach the session 2, in which a lot of APIs will be documented and you will be able to make use of them easily. If you want to make an API call, we will show you how you can make an API call and what return values you will get from it. So August 10th is the deadline to start, complete your project planning and be ready with what you want to work. Then the actual execution of your project will happen between August 11th to August 20th. The deadline to submit your work is August 20th. Then we will have the project evaluation for 1 week. The evaluators again will be those people who have a very good amount of experience in building APIs, and the results will be declared on August 28th. There are 3 prizes that are listed here in this slide. The first prize is 8,000 Indian rupees, second prize is 5,000, and third prize is 3,000 for the respective teams. But we have also gotten support from one very big organization that works on APIs, and that organization representative might be present with us tomorrow when we have the call and start our session number 1. So those people have been very kind enough, and they have said that they will give goodies to all the participants and winners from their side. There might be some t-shirts, there might be some other goodies. I don't know yet, but they have confirmed that they will be helping us in this particular process. So this is a schedule. Going forward, what is the role and responsibility of every participant? Because there are faculty members also who have registered for this program. They might be attending. I'm not sure whether they are attending or not. But there are 2, main stakeholders in this. One stakeholder category is called students, and I have put all the other stakeholders in the second category, which is called faculty, industry people, or other people. Even if they have retired, they are not, officially registered with an industry or a college. That doesn't matter, so long as they are also IEEE members and they are curious on how APIs work and they want to mentor a project. Everybody is welcome. Students, you need to attend all 3 training sessions. That is mandatory. Okay, because otherwise you will not get proper guidance and you will not be able to participate properly in the program. And you need to complete the hands-on exercises. There are other perks about which I'm not going to tell today. I will be telling a couple of them tomorrow and a couple of them in the other 2 sessions. There are many other takeaways which I'm hiding it right now because I want you to first of all diligently attend all the sessions. And as you see, if you see carefully in the previous slide, we are just having the sessions 1 hour. So 3 hours training session. And if you want to know how much is the total time commitment from tomorrow till August 20th, we will need every student to spend a total of 24 hours starting from tomorrow till August 20th. So ideally, less than an hour per day. That is what the expectation is. So it is kind of a hackathon, which you guys do, like you take a hackathon and you complete it in 24 hours. But this 24 hours is spread across 2-3 weeks so that you do little bit, and do it properly and then participate in the competition. So there's not very heavy time investment in this. And again, if there is a team of 4 to 5 people, when you make a project plan, you can choose a category you want to work on, which projects: healthcare, finance, travel, education, security, and we will give you the list. Again, the company which has agreed to participate with us in this event, they'll give us a long list of APIs, and I'll forward all the list to all of you. Ideally, you should form a team of 4 to 5 students. We are okay if you form a team of 3 students, but don't go below that. Then otherwise there will be way too many teams that we can handle. And more importantly, you are free to choose your team across different institutions. You don't need to restrict yourself only to your college. If you have friends in different colleges and want to jointly work, you are open to do so. And then your main responsibility will be to execute and submit the project. In any of this process, if you need any help from me or from my team that is helping in this API literacy program, feel free to reach out to us, and it will be our responsibility to provide the necessary help to you. As a faculty or an industry person or other people, it will be great if they attend all the 3 training sessions so that they know what we are offering to the students. Some faculty members, industry persons, and other people might be interested in hands-on exercises. So yes, we will make that resource available to them as well. It's optional if they want to complete it, but most important responsibility for them are the last 2 bullets. They need to mentor the student team, tell them whether this project makes sense, and number 2, they should send periodic updates of the project to Mangalore subsection. So our interfaces with the students will be faculty members and industry, but of course students can anytime reach out to us. So again, you can see the architecture that we have developed for communicating with you is kind of API based. So we will make an API call to the respective mentor, and the respective mentor will fetch all the details and pass it on to us. So we are taking APIs very seriously, as you can see from here itself. Jokes apart, talking about the resource pool. So already I told you, Government of India has fantastic set of APIs available on that website. So you can feel free to use those APIs in your project. Postman is another one company which has fantastic set of API collections. So for example, we use a Spotify app in our phone, right? For listening songs, they have made the APIs openly available for the Spotify. If anybody is trying to build a project related to music industry, you might want to use Spotify APIs. Similarly, let me tell you, IEEE. For example, uh, IEEE has a membership validator. So if I want to validate whether you are an IEEE member or not, I can actually go on the IEEE website, and or maybe I can just Google it and say IEEE membership validator. If you go there, there is one link. You click on it, pass the IEEE number or the member's name, and it will tell you whether the membership is active or not. And again, they are very beautifully said that if you want APIs for this membership validation, you can request the APIs. So if any one of you wants to build a project or build an app that super simplifies validating, let's say I have a conference of IEEE and I want to know, okay, these people are saying that they are IEEE members. There are 200 people of that category. Is there a way I can put this 200 numbers and kind of validate it? There exist already some ways to do it, but you guys can make it super simple. We'll also be giving you an e-copy of a very fantastic book that we have identified. It's called API Transformation Book. Um, that book teaches you how to think of the system in an API first mentality. So when you are doing the system design, how do you think about making it API first? So that book is a very good book. We will be circulating that book to all of you. There will be certification courses as a part of this whole session. Even if you don't win prizes at the end, suppose you lose, which we don't want. You want to try your best and win. But suppose even if you lose, there will be certain certificates that you are surely going to do, and a couple of them I'm going to introduce to you in the tomorrow's session itself. And then you can see I'm recording this session. I'll be recording every session. All the 3 sessions will be recorded sessions, but the recordings of these sessions, which are known as the training sessions, will be provided only to those who attend live sessions and want to go back and look at the recording. That they, for example, in 1 hour I might have gone fast in explaining certain concepts. You might want to revisit those concepts, and that's why this recording will be made available. And we are going to take attendance. So this tool which I'm using right now, Microsoft Teams, is going to give me an attendance of how many people participated and who are those people. And I will always keep an eye on who are attending, and I'll give the recordings only to them. And you become eligible to participate only if you are attending all the sessions. We are very serious about that because we believe pointers that you are going to get from the 3 training sessions are key in making a good project in the second and third week of August that you have. This session, which is the curtain raiser session, is not a mandatory session. That's why it's okay if people have missed it. This recording will be made available to all so that if they missed out, they can let us know. And suppose if you have any issues in joining at 6 o'clock, some connectivity issues and all, we would expect you to promptly inform us so that we know that you're genuinely interested and you had some issues with joining the session, or there was some other kind of emergency because of which you could not join. We respect all of those and we want you to participate. We want as many people as possible to participate in this event. So we will give recorded training sessions to all of you. Thank you very much. That's what I had for the session today. I'm open to having any questions if anybody has. So I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to remove the mute from all of you, and I'm going to allow the microphone for all of you, so that if you have any questions, please raise your hand, and then we can take the questions one by one. But that's it. As I planned for 20 minutes, this is it that I had to mention about. I can already see one hand going up. I can see the name Ajwin. Yes, Ajwin, please, you can unmute and you can go ahead with your question. So, Ajwin, are you able to hear me? I mean, you are still muted. You might want to unmute. Yes, intercollegiate possible. Okay, you can also put the questions in the chat box. I can also answer the questions taking in the chat box. So first question um, is intercollege possible? Yes, as I mentioned, it is definitely possible. You can choose friends from anywhere. That's your decision in Karnataka. We are having people from all over Karnataka. You can choose uh, your friends from anywhere. Your mentor can be from anywhere. So long as you are comfortable in working in that mode, we are totally fine. We are not restricting that you should be all a team in the same college. No. Can I participate without a team? Can I make the project alone? That's a bit difficult. I would not encourage you to work alone because this project requires a teamwork. One of the essence of doing this exercise in a way of forming the team is for you to learn how to do teamwork. So we want you to learn working with others. It might be a bit too much for you to work alone. I would not encourage, but at the same time, if you really want to do it alone, I would take it because I want you to participate and learn something out of it. So feel free to do it alone, but then believe me, um, it might be a bit challenging because those people who will be working in a team, they will have more features, or for example, they might have done end-to-end development of the project. Different aspects of the projects might have been taken care by them, whereas you as an alone student might not be able to fulfill. And then I don't want you to get discouraged at that point. So try to find a member. If not, then reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you and pair up with you at least with some mentor. Can a team contain more than 5 members? I would say no. Please keep it to 5. 5 is a very decent number. Too many people in a team will not be very useful. 4 to 5 is a decent team. Considering that there are 5 members, let us say you work for 10 days from August 11 to August 20th, you all put, let us say, a couple of hours, or even if you put 1 hour every day, 5 people putting 10 hours every day is a pretty decent effort. 2 hours just makes it better. I don't think we need more than that, so please restrict it to 5, I would say. There's another question. Hi, my friend, he did not register the event. Can I share the meeting link? Oh yes, you can still register the people. We don't have any problem. The Google form is still open. If your friend has not registered, please ask them to register. Feel free to do that. But sessions will start from tomorrow. Please see to it that they join the first session tomorrow. And that's why we are having this session, so that you can clarify all the doubts. How are the groups formed? Are we supposed to form it, or do you form it? You are supposed to form it. We will not get into uh, micromanagement of forming the groups. Please feel free to form the groups yourself, and also choose the mentor yourself. Choose a faculty member whom you want. We will not come and tell you whom to select. If you're not getting any mentor, you request us and we will find a mentor for you. But otherwise, you go ahead and form the team and choose the mentor. Can the mentor be someone who is not taking part in the API literacy course? I mean, any faculty member in our college? Well, so now this is a tricky question. If that faculty member is already aware about what is API and is thorough with that, I don't mind them to be your mentors. But if they themselves have never worked on APIs, or if they have not understood what are APIs, because they might be champions in some other subject, API might be a new topic to them. In such cases, them attending the session would help them understand what we are expecting from the students, and it will just bridge the gap. But I would not restrict. Feel free to choose them as mentors, and see to it that you pass on the information to them, and also take us into confidence that the faculty member knows a bit about API and is not totally new to this whole concept. Okay. Um, can we use React for the project? Yes, any technology you can use. Any technology. You want to use React, you want to use Angular, you want to use anything. But again, what is important is not how your user interface or user experience looks like. We are not focusing too much on UI UX. What we are focusing is, are you building an API that is needed? Okay. So are you providing me an API that will be helpful in solving problems, and that API can become a part of several different applications? So don't focus too much on UI UX. Even if it's not so much good UI UX, we are okay with it. But we want you to see that your API is robust, your API is tested, your API is working as expected, and it is serving the purpose. So please see to it that that aspect is taken care, especially. Okay. Then there's another question. So let me take that question. What is API in simple terms? Okay, my bad. I should have probably taken care of that. It's called application programming interface. In further simple words, if I have to give you a very crude example, maybe I can say that when you do C programming, you use things like sqrt, right, to calculate the square root, and you pass the value 16 and you get the value 4 out of it. But what you don't see is how is that square root calculated internally by that function sqrt. What you know is I need to call a function sqrt, or I need to call a function printf. But how is it exactly printing? Or if I do scanf, how exactly is it scanning? So these are also one forms of APIs. There are different forms of APIs that we are going to discuss in this program. One of the categories, the one that I told you. Another category is an web API. Let us say you want to do some analysis on the Twitter data. Twitter has exposed APIs. You can make a call to that API, get the data, and work with it. Similarly, Google Maps has APIs. You can take the data from Google Maps and use it in your other app. For example, Ola, Uber, all of them, they consume Google Maps API. So there are web APIs, and there are cloud APIs, there are hardware APIs. Can you all please mute if you're not talking, because there's some noise coming in from participants. Okay, thank you. What are the prerequisites necessary? Honestly, you don't need to have any prerequisite knowledge except the fact that you should be interested in understanding what are APIs and then learning how to build it. The material that we have put together for this whole program has been put up in such a way that we do not expect you to be good at any specific thing. You can be a total beginner. And that's why when I circulated the flyer for this program, I explicitly mentioned anybody can join. It can be first year students, second year students, it can be BCA, MCA, it can be anybody who is interested in understanding what is an API. And we have been fortunate enough to get support from companies, and they have given us fantastic set of material. So you don't need to worry about prerequisites. Attend the session tomorrow, and most of your doubts should get clarified in terms of the prerequisites. You will understand why am I saying that there is not much of a prerequisite needed for this program. Okay, I don't see any further questions. Anybody has any other questions that they want to ask? I can see one hand is up. Sanjana, do you want to ask any question? Or is it accidentally up? Okay, looks like the second case. All right, anybody has any further questions or observations or any suggestions? Feel free to speak up. You can unmute your mic and tell us. Sure, Pawan, I can see your hand went up. You want to go ahead and ask a question? Okay, so I'm not hearing anything from anyone. I can see, Ashwini is here, who is helping me in this program. Ashwini, do you want to make any final comments before we close the session today? You are on mute, Ashwini, if you are trying to speak. Okay, possibly Ashwini is not able to hear.
Hello, am I audible?
Oh, yes, you are loud and clear.
Okay. Great to be here, and thanks a lot, Mohit. So that was a very succinct, explanation of the whole thing. I'm happy to see a good crowd as well. Wish there could be more. So nothing more from my end. So I just hope that this reaches out to more people and many more people could be benefited. So kudos to your efforts. So looking forward to MSS reaching more heights and impactfully reaching more people. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ashwini. We I'm seeing Abhishek is also here. So Abhishek Appaji is from IEEE Bangalore section, and as I said, IEEE Bangalore section has helped us in supporting this particular event. Abhishek, would you like to add a few words from your side, if any?
Yeah, hi everyone, and it's very good initiative. I was very excited when Mohit informed us about this event a few days back, and I mean, it's completely new kind of initiative. What every time Mangalore subsection comes with. Congratulations to the entire team, and I hope to see success of this program and similar kind of programs which Mangalore subsection is doing. And Mohit, I have one request. So you just,
Sure.
I'll also attend all the sessions because this is something new. So
Sure, you are more
just
than
add me as one of the silent participants, and I'll be I'll be attending the
you're
session.
more than welcome, and thanks for supporting us, and also for your interest. We'll be more than happy you attending the sessions. Sure,
Yeah,
I'll add you
all the
to
very
all.
best to all the participants and also mentors. And any help from Bangalore section, we are always there. Thank
Sure,
you.
thank you so much. So thanks everyone once again for joining. We don't want to take too much of your time today. We appreciate your presence, and we look forward, more importantly, to your presence in all the other sessions. Feel free to invite your friends, ask them to register if they have not. And those who missed it today, please tell them about this event if you think they would be interested. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great evening. Bye bye.
Thanks, Mohit.